According to science, all life and health begins and ends at the cellular level. Akiki spinal flow and nutrigenomics are the verified tools for awakening self-healing functions in human cells. Can you please give us more insight about what nutrigenomics and Akiki spinal flow are and how do they work?
Welcome to the show, where we discuss time-tested and science-supported tools for better health, long life, and pleasures.
If your efforts to improve your physical and mental health are not working, like despite diets, massages, exercises, meditation, etc., then perhaps it is because your body's natural self-healing mechanisms need to be reactivated. Watch today's episode to learn how you can do that. I'm Lilian Zalcer, and for over 3 decades, I've researched, practiced, and hunted for natural stimulants for better health, longevity, and pleasures. In the process, I discovered many time-tested and science-supported remedies and met with world-class experts who together with me share their knowledge in this show. Because as Hippocrates said in the 4th century BC, if you are not your own doctor, you are a fool. Our expert guest today is Tina Kirkham-Smith, an Akiki spinal flow nutrigenomics and cellular activation practitioner with over 20 years of experience in wellness at the cellular level. Welcome to the show, Tina.
Thank you so much, Lilian. Thank you.
According to science, all life and health begins and ends at the cellular level. Akiki spinal flow and nutrigenomics are the verified tools for awakening self-healing functions in human cells. Can you please give us more insight about what nutrigenomics and Akiki spinal flow are and how do they work?
Akiki spinal flow is my business name. So the spinal flow technique is the modality. And using very, very light touch, mainly on the sacrum and the cranium, we connect in with the body's nervous system. And because of life, most people's nervous systems are in the sympathetic state, which means they've shut down the healing process because the body is in perceived danger. And so it's only going to focus on mental clarity and speed to keep you safe. So we remind the nervous system that it's perfectly safe here. You can come back to the parasympathetic state and reactivate your own innate ability to heal. And so that's the very simple version of spinal flow. Very powerful modality because the body is the only one that knows what needs to be done, what blockages from life's stressors need to be released in any session. And so then with nutrigenomics, that's working at the cellular level. So nutrition and genomics, the gene expression. So using nutrition, the company have created activators, so they're tablets, capsules, liquid, that remind the body again how to flick on the switches, or sometimes they need to be flicked off, to remind the body how to function as it's designed to do, but the stressors of life have made it not work as effectively, either overexpress or underexpress. So these products are scientifically proven, all natural, using nutrition to then bring those expressions of the genes back into homeostasis, into balance. So for me, the two, working with the cellular activators, The nervous system is made of cells. So it's a beautiful synergy for me in my clinic.
Absolutely. It's like match made in heaven. I still can say that nature gave us an amazing, incredible body that functions outside of our control. I didn't have to do anything to breathe. I didn't have to think of how my heart pumps my blood, how to produce eggs, or how semen is made, or or how I have to synthesize energy from the food I eat, or oxygen from the air. It all happens outside of my control.
Yes.
If I cut my finger, it always fascinated me since I was a child. If I keep it clean, it would eventually repair itself, like that Hydra
Absolutely.
in the legends of ancient Greeks. In your professional opinion, when is it the best time for a person to take care of activation of that body's natural self-healing mechanism? And why is it important to do when you notice certain things?
So the body starts going out of whack really in our 20s. And that's when we start to age. So we're growing until our mid or late 20s, and then things start to decline. We know the eyesight starts to decline around 19 years old. So everything starts to decline then. However, it's purely because we've been on the planet for that amount of years, and now there is too many free radicals in the body from everything out there. So the body was able to keep on top of the free radicals, the oxidative stress, up to that point, but then it's just too many, so it can no longer keep it in balance itself. And so that's why the aging process starts, because, the body needs help from then. So from then, if we can be supporting our bodies at the cellular level, it will hold that ability. It will be keeping those free radicals at a lower level. And so then the body won't age at that same rate. So we tend to think of antioxidants as being the purple fruits and vegetables that we need to eat, which we do because we obviously need the nutrition. And so it's those antioxidants that we're told to eat that are supposed to be able to keep on top of the free radicals, the oxidative stress. But unfortunately, that works on a 1-to-1 ratio. So we can never eat enough to support the body in that way. So therefore, then we need to work at a cellular level with the products to remind it how to do that. Because what it actually does is it flicks the switches back on in the body's own antioxidant production. And we have glutathione. A lot of people have heard of that. That's one of our master antioxidants. We have superoxide dismutase, and we have catalase. So we are able to remind the body how to flick those switches back on and produce our own antioxidants. And you cannot get better than reminding the body how to make its own.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tina. Quantum physics proved that our body and our consciousness are mutually influential and interlinked, and nothing is new under this sun. Well, below this video, I'll post an ancient recipe that I collected in Cyprus. It belonged to, allegedly, I should say, to the ancient oracles who actually reactivated with certain things defense mechanisms of, patricians, of noble people of Cyprus. What do your patients experience after the treatment? Are there any visible effects, and what are the long-term benefits?
So not all of my clients are on the product. Some are, some aren't. Obviously, for me, it helps this spinal flow technique, the hands-on healings, be more effective when we're working at the cellular level too. And they're not able to come for spinal flow every day. Maybe in the beginning, we work intensively, but they can activate their cells every day. So what I notice, there's so many things, because the body is doing the healing, there's so many things that it can shift. So, for example, one of my beautiful clients, she's been coming for many years. She'd been experiencing cluster migraines for 40 years, so from when she was 7 years old, and they shifted in the first session. And she's been coming now still for about 4 years because there's lots and lots of other things in her body that need support. And she's also in the spectrum, so it really helps her brain as well be calmer and function more optimally. Then I had a client previously that had had a stroke at 32 because of birth trauma. Her nervous system was switched on 24/7. So she thrashed around in bed every night. Her nervous system didn't get that downtime to heal. And so by the time she was 32, she had a stroke. So then she came to me. We connected when she was 34 and a half. And phenomenal. We worked every day for 5 days, and she could talk better. She could walk a bit more straighter. The shifts were unbelievable. And we kept working together then for months, but one day a week. But initially we worked intensively. So you can really, it's not just about backache or sore hips, because most things start from emotional traumas, or that one was the trauma of the birth experience. Lots and lots of different things, Lillian.
Yeah, life throws at us a lot of interesting things.
Yeah.
So when I was talking about visible effects, I didn't mean good skin or brighter teeth. Of course, for that you go to cosmetics specialists. I was talking about exactly what you explained. People who were either paralyzed or had problem with some sort of problem that affected their life, their mental health, their relationships, and so on.
Yes.
Because pain can be pain in the neck.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
The activation of our body's self-healing function on a cellular level sounds like a dream come true.
Yes.
To activate our cells' power totally by ourselves without involvement of a specialist. Are there any do-it-yourself exercises or tips that you can share with our audience today?
Yes, absolutely. So activating the vagus nerve is a really good one. And there's lots of things you can search for that. There's lots of videos on YouTube even that you can find. There's breathing techniques and other techniques that activate the vagus nerve. So that's a really, really good one. A lot of people may have heard of the breathing technique for activating the vagus nerve, where you breathe in, hold for 4, and breathe out for more than you breathe in. Then you hold for 4, breathe in, hold, breathe out. And so long as you're breathing out for 1 or 2 counts longer than you breathe in, that will then stimulate the vagus nerve.
What about difference between activation and supplementation? Can you elaborate a little bit on that? What is the difference?
Yes, of course. So supplementation is trying to fill a deficit in the body. So we often just guessing how much the body needs. We're often guessing whether it even needs that or not. We often don't really know. So supplementation is using nutrition to fill a deficit in the body. Activation is reminding the body how to make those things itself. So then we can completely trust that the body knows how much it needs to activate that antioxidant or that collagen or the mitochondria. And also when we're supplementing, oftentimes we're all given the same recommended daily allowance that it says on the bottle. And if my inflammation's up here and yours is down here, and we both are given that same dosage, it's going to help you more than me. But with activation, reminding the body, it will bring us both into balance, into homeostasis.
And what are the signs of homeostasis? How do we know that those supplements awakened our functionality of our body?
We know that activation does because we have so many peer-reviewed studies. It's all clinically proven. All of our products that we have are clinically proven and scientifically tested. So we have also over 30 peer-reviewed studies on PubMed. And PubMed is where the doctors Google, they call it. It's where everybody who's done research wants their research to be published. But it takes a lot. There's a really strong criteria to enable your research to be published there. So our flagship product is even on PubMed. But then you can put in, that one works on the NRF2 pathway. It's a specific protein pathway. And so you can look at that in PubMed and see what that affects in the body.
In your experience, what is the most effective supplementation advice your patients take?
So remember, we're working on activation, not supplementation. Yes. So the products that I recommend are activators. Yeah.
I have to correct myself. It is supplementation that helps acceleration of bodily health, self-healing function.
Each one works on a different pathway in the body. So in the perfect world, we would all want to be on all of them. So that's what I have my consults with my clients to see what their budget is and which ones are then priority. And then we find the best way. So because for me, my clients are the priority. And so if it would create financial stress by having too many, then that's going to defeat the purpose. So I would rather that we find a range of products that they are happy with and they can start with. And then as we move forward, then we can always add other ones in. So it depends. If you're a woman that's gone through menopause, then I'm going to recommend first the flagship product that reduces inflammation, helps the body detox better and boosts the production of our antioxidants, along with our collagen activator, because that reminds the body how to activate 10 different collagen peptides and increase a woman's collagen density to 100%. So we're talking huge, huge benefits for the body.
That's what I was getting to, Tina. No matter how much you will meditate, breathe breathing technique, or do anything on your own, the best way and for the quick fix, you need to go to the specialist, to somebody who can look at your state of your body functionality, who can improve it and suggest you the quickest way back to your health. I know that your practice is in Queensland, in Australia. Do you do sessions online with patients from different countries?
So with the spinal flow, no, but there are now practitioners spreading around the world, which is really exciting because the founder, Dr. Carly Axford, that's her mission, is to hope that eventually there'll be a spinal flow practitioner in every town around the world. So that's super exciting. So with that, no, that has to be in person. However, with the cellular activators, yes, we're a global company, and I think we're in 23 countries now. So that's another reason why, for me, it's a beautiful synergy, because my mission is to help as many people as possible thrive. And I can't see enough people in person. But with the activators, absolutely, we can have consults as we are on Zoom, and then I can help people anywhere on the planet.
But if someone wants to have consult on Zoom with you, how do they book that?
So they can go onto my tap link, my Generative Life tap link, and then they'll see all my offerings on there, and they'll find my booking scheduler in there. There's a link to that, and then they can see then to click and make an appointment with me, whether they're in person or anywhere else.
Yeah. We'll place your details, contact details under this video in comments. Well, on this note, I'd like to thank you, Tina, for joining us on our show. And I hope that this episode not only satisfies our audience's curiosity about self-healing cellular treatments, but also inspires some people to take big action before it's too late and start enjoying a healthier, happier, and more exciting life.
Absolutely. Because we want to be as vital as possible right to the very end, don't we, Lillian? And that's what I'm all about, helping people be that vital, energetic person as long as they can. So we're not just working on extending the lifespan, we're working on extending the health span, improving the health span.
Thank you once more, Tina. I will be in your office as soon as I can.
Thank you so much, Lillian.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you won't miss any of the new episodes. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions, please put them below the video. I do read them. If you are looking for a good, reliable source of specific ingredients, experts, services, or products, click on the resources link under this video. To health, long life, and pleasures.